Good day, everyone. This is Yin Yang with Morsels of a Thought number 1360. Today it is Sunday, and our Sunday series is Kohila Sivas' book, a national bestseller, How to Successfully Raise 21st Century Kids, Cracking the Parenting Codes. Growing Happy Children the Right Way. Forward by James E. Dixon, the absolute motivator. And this is a photo of her on the back of her book. This is Kohila Sivas. We've seen her before at the Secret Knock events, and she's a wonderful person. She says to please read this book and share with other parents. Together, we can make a difference. Let's live a blessed and blissful life. And she writes that here. Good morning, everyone in the United States, afternoon in Finland, and evening in Australia and Shanghai. Code 5, Critical Thinking for Lifelong Resilience. I'm grabbing my bookmark here. Sorry, I went off screen. Code 5, this is chapter 9, Critical Thinking for Lifelong Resilience. Critical thinking and curiosity are intertwined but distinct aspects of cognitive development. Curiosity is the spark that ignites an individual's interest and prompts them to explore and ask questions about the world. Why? 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 In Chinese, it's 为什么?为什么?为什么? Why? Why? You know, the children go through their why phases. Anyway, so curiosity is a spark that ignites an individual's interest and prompts them to explore and ask questions about the world. It's the natural inclination to wonder and seek understanding. On the other hand, critical thinking is the analytical and evaluative process that follows curiosity. It involves assessing information, reasoning through problems, and making informed decisions. While curiosity initiates the journey of learning, critical thinking guides individuals in navigating and making sense of the information they encounter. Curiosity is the engine that drives exploration, and critical thinking is the steering wheel that directs the path toward thoughtful understanding. Critical thinking is essential for navigating the complexities of the modern world, and in an era defined by rapid information exchange and diverse viewpoints, developing critical thinking skills is not just an educational goal, it's a survival skill. Critical thinking emphasizes the role of inquiry, skepticism, and reasoned analysis in a child's cognitive development and the expansion of their neural pathways, enhancing cognitive flexibility and problem-solving skills. It's a structured process that includes evaluating evidence, discerning between logic and emotion, recognizing biases, and making decisions based on reasoned arguments. In cultivating these skills in our children, we equip them with the tools to navigate life's challenges with discernment and confidence. Discernment and confidence. Let's look at that. Each time a child evaluates information, reasons through a problem, or makes a decision, they strengthen these pathways, contributing to their cognitive development. That's why we must engage our children in problem-solving activities. Okay, I'm going to talk about the ball. The ball. There was a roly-poly ball in my past childhood myself. It was a roly-poly that went doo-doo, 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 and it always stayed up a certain way because it was weighted. And it had a roly-poly little bit of springed merry-go-round figures inside, and it would just only be this way. It would never turn itself over. If I tried to turn it over, it would come back. And this particular ball defied the laws of physics. When it was thrown I won't say by whom, when it was thrown by a 2-year-old, and it would bounce in a certain way, not the way a normal ball would bounce. A bouncing ball would bounce straight away, whereas this particular ball, because it was weighted, would bounce and try to get back on its weight. So it would bounce in erratic form. And it was shocking to the 2-year-old mind that it was not bouncing in a straight away line like other balls did. So every time the ball was thrown, the ball would go a certain way, and it would be shocking. And it would go, this time it went left, right, right. Okay, run to the adults and ask why. Well, they don't know what one word is supposed to mean. Why what? So my mother said, go back and find out why. Run back to the ball and realize, wait, I don't have my answer, but okay, I'll make another decision. Making another decision to try again. Throw the ball. This time it goes left, left, left instead of straight, straight, straight. What? Why? Run to another adult. So as you can see, they are developing cognitive critical thinking skills at that age, at 2, as I recall. I happen to recall that. Okay, so each time a child evaluates information, reasons through a problem, or makes a decision, they strengthen these pathways, contributing to their cognitive development. That's why we must engage our children in problem solving activities. Do not give them a roly-poly ball. The neighbors downstairs will not enjoy it. Present them with challenges that require analysis and decision making. Whether it's a puzzle, a riddle, or a real life scenario, these activities prompt children to think critically, assess options, and make informed choices. Provide opportunities for hands on experiences and collaborative problem solving. This not only enhances their critical thinking, but also hones their ability to work with others in finding solutions. It's very complex, very, very complex. Foster an environment in which asking why is encouraged. Promote curiosity by challenging your children to delve deeper into subjects, asking open-ended questions that stimulate thought and discussion, and then assessing the results. Critical thinking is a cornerstone of lifelong learning and resilience. Guide your children in assessing the credibility of information sources. I'm going to read that other sentence again. Critical thinking is a cornerstone of lifelong learning and resilience. Guide your children in assessing the credibility of information sources. Discuss the importance of evidence, the role of bias, and the value of cross-checking information from multiple sources. Now, I will give you an example of the role of bias information that was given by my dad, my stepfather. I would say, why is that girl black and why is that girl white? And then my father said, don't talk about that because black people feel prejudiced against and white people make the prejudice, but we are yellow people, myself, and you don't want anybody to treat yellow people worse than white people. And so don't treat brown people worse than yourself, ever. The role of bias is to keep people down and make them mad at everybody else. So don't do biases. That's what my dad said. So Kohila Sivas says, engage in activities that involve problem solving and logical reasoning. Puzzles, strategy games, and discussions about ethical dilemmas can all stimulate critical thinking. Share your own thought processes with your children and demonstrate critical thinking in your daily life. Explain how you evaluate decisions, solve problems, and consider different perspectives. Let them know the critical thinking process you used to analyze and solve particular challenges and problems. By encouraging children to think critically, we help them develop resilience. And this neurological growth supports not only academic success, but also emotional intelligence and social skills. They learn to question, adapt, and respond thoughtfully to challenges, setbacks, and new information. Critical thinking is a cornerstone of lifelong learning and resilience. We're back to that particular sentence that was highlighted. It fosters independence, enabling them, the children, to question assumptions and make choices aligned with your values. As we guide our children in asking why, evaluating evidence, and making reasoned judgments, we empower them to thrive in an ever changing world. And one thing about ethical dilemmas is the parents have an incredibly important role in giving the child the critical thinking practice at the moment that an ethical dilemma is arisen in front of the child. So when a child comes home and asks you the question of something ethical, you must answer it. You cannot put it off. If you put it off even for 1 hour or 1 day, the child will begin to think things that are not necessarily aligned with your values. Unless it's a very, 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 very smart child, they will not guess your own values. You have to impart your wisdom to your children. And as we say, I inspire you to have a great day. Knowing the right thing to do is wisdom. Doing it is virtue. So we have Kohila Sivas's wisdom here today, and doing what she says is very, very complex. Very complex. Don't look at the size of the book. Look at how complex the issues are in here. The single code 5 by itself is going to take you years to do properly. And the child's why phase, remember how long that was? I recall from the perspective of the child that the parents were completely inundated with why, wait some more. And I asked my dad, I asked my uncle Timothy the meaning of life when I was 2. I looked around the room and put my arms out, and I looked around the room again, and I looked at us sitting, standing. I was standing, he was sitting, and I said, why? And he looked at me with a look of bemusement and complex analysis in his eyes, saying to himself, even if I could explain it to you, you are a 2-year-old and would never understand the vocabulary I even use. So what did he do? He just picked me up and threw me up in the air and threw me up in the air and threw me up in the air. This is why. Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. And tomorrow will be a Stoic Meditations Day with Marcus Aurelius's work translated by Gregory Hayes. Okay, old kinderhook.